Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this intense purple smoky eye and adding glitter to bring it over the top with glam. So let's get started. The first color I'm using is Fond of You from the Too Faced Everything Nice palette, and I'm using this as my transition color. Using a fluffy blending brush, you're going to blend that color right into your crease and slightly above. Next, I'm using a long-haired blending brush with the color Knockout from that same palette. I'm adding this color to the entire crease area, going from the outer corner to the inner corner of my eye. This color is great for transitioning to the darker color that we'll be using later. Using that fluffy blending brush, blend until the darker color and lighter color are combined and there is no line. Now I'm going to grab Chocolate Moon using the long-haired blending brush. I'm applying this color to the outer corner of my eye, staying low and at the base of the dark brown. I'm going back to that fluffy blending brush once again with no product on it and combining Chocolate Moon with Knockout until there's no line. To do this, try and keep your brush at the very top of your darkest color and at the very bottom of your lighter color. Next, I'm taking a flat synthetic brush with Chocolate Moon on it and packing it onto the outer corner of my eye. Be careful not to apply the color in the area that you've just blended. Now using the long hair blending brush with no extra product on it, blend from the outer crease about midway. Then grab your fluffy blending brush once again and blend until there are no lines. Next, I'm using a pencil brush with Chocolate Moon on it, adding it below my waterline and then blending it so that it's darker at the top and lighter toward the bottom. Now I'm spraying a MAC 252 synthetic brush with MAC Fix Plus spray and grabbing this purple shade from my Too Faced Le Grand Palais palette, and I'm applying this color to my entire eyelid, packing it really well to intensify it. Next, I'm using Moon on Their Wings from that same palette with the same brush sprayed with Fix Plus, and I'm applying it to the inner corner of my eye and below my tear duct. Keep in mind, if you don't have Fix Plus, you can always wet your brush with water. Now I'll be applying glitter on top of the purple shade, which is optional. I'm using e.l.f. Glitter Primer with my MAC 252 brush, and I'm placing this on the center of my eyelid. While it's still slightly wet, I'm going to add Eye Candy Cosmetics glitter in the color Jelly Bean. Now moving on to the face, I've already primed my face with MAC Prep and Prime, and I've also applied my foundation, which is MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC42. I'm using Tarte Creaseless Concealer to highlight my under eye area, the center of my forehead, and the bridge of my nose, and next I'll blend it out. blend out the areas that I've highlighted, I'm using a wet beauty blender. Continuously pat the beauty blender along the area until the product is well blended and natural looking. Next, I'm setting the areas that I've applied concealer with MAC Prep and Prime Color Correcting Loose Powder in the shade Neutralize. This will keep your concealer from creasing and in place. After applying the loose powder, let it sit for 2, maybe 5 minutes, and then dust away the excess with a large powder brush. Now for liner, I'll be using NYC liquid liner. Starting at the outer corner of your eye, make a line that extends from the waterline in the direction of the tail of your brow. Then starting from about 1/3 of the way down from the tip of that line, create an angle and bring that line onto your lash line, making it as thick or as thin as you want, and then fill in any areas that are missing. To fill in my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate. I'm using an angled brush and starting along the bottom of the inner part of your brow, draw a line tracing along the base of the hairs to the brow tail. Do the same to the top along the arch and ending at the tail. Next, fill them in, leaving the inner part very, very lightly filled. Now using a brow brush, blend the product throughout your brow, diffusing any harsh lines. Next, I'm applying concealer beneath my brows to highlight and to carve it out. And I'm using a concealer brush with MAC Studio Fix Concealer in the shade NC30. And after applying the concealer, I'm going to blend it in a downward motion to give it a more natural look. And now to highlight a bit more, I'm going to add a small amount of the color Flush right on my brow bone. To finish and set my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in the color Chocolate, which will keep your brows in place. To contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm using a fluffy powder brush. I don't want to use a brush that's any stiffer than this because I want the contoured area to look natural. So I'm adding this to the hollows of my cheeks, along the hairline, and below the jawbone in a circular motion. For blush, I'm using the Urban Decay Afterglow in the color Rapture, and I'm adding this to the apples of my cheeks, and I'm bringing it up toward my hairline. Next, I'm highlighting with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Gold Deposit, and I'm adding this to my cheekbones and the center of my nose.